There is a certain kind of quiet that only exists when you finally walk through your own door. Not the hollow silence of an empty room, not the heavy stillness of loneliness, but a soft, living hush that settles over you like warm light through half-closed blinds. You hear the faint hum of the fridge, the muted tick of a clock, the creak of the building breathing. And in that moment, something inside you exhales. No one needs you to speak, no one is watching, no one is measuring whether you're fun enough and successful enough or normal enough. This is not isolation. This is the rarest form of safety most people will ever know. The world doesn't understand it. When they see someone who genuinely loves being home, they rush to diagnose. He's withdrawn, she's antisocial, they're scared of life, they're wasting their youth. They don't realize that for some of us, home is not a hiding place. It is the only place where the volume of the world finally turns down far enough for us to hear ourselves think. Out there, everything is loud. Lights too bright, conversations too shallow, expectations too sharp. You learn to edit yourself in real time. Smile wider, laugh quicker, nod like you agree. Keep your tiredness off your face. You become a performance of a person. But the second the key turns in the lock, the stage lights go out. The mask slips, and what's left is the version of you that never has to prove anything to anyone. Psychologists call people like us highly sensitive persons, HSPs, introverts, or simply deep feelers. Our nervous systems are wired differently. A crowded room can feel like a storm. A single unkind word can echo for days. Small talk drains the battery. Silence recharges it. So home becomes more than shelter. It becomes regulation. It becomes the place where overstimulation finally stops flooding the system and the mind is allowed to come back online. Home is where you take off every layer you were forced to wear outside. The confident laugh, the I'm fine reflex, the careful opinions. Here, you can sit in total silence with a cup of tea and feel more connected to yourself than you ever did in a room full of people. Here, you can cry without explanation, dance without an audience, think without interruption. Here, you are finally visible to the only person whose gaze actually matters, your own. We live in a culture that treats extroversion as the default setting for a meaningful life. If you're not out, you're missing out. If you're not posting, you're invisible. If you're not busy, you're lazy. Stillness is treated like a character flaw. But the people who are truly at peace with solitude know a secret the world hasn't caught up to yet. Real strength is not the ability to endure constant noise. It is the ability to sit quietly with yourself and still feel whole. Research backs this up. People who regularly practice high-quality solitude score higher on creativity, emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and even empathy. Their best ideas don't arrive in crowded bars or trending cafes. They arrive in the shower at 2 a.m. on a quiet couch with rain tapping the window. Because depth requires space, healing requires stillness, and wisdom rarely shouts. Of course, there's always that small pocket of guilt. Friday night rolls around, everyone else is out living their best life. Instagram is full of laughter and golden hour selfies. A voice whispers, "Should I be out there too? Will I regret this one day?" Listen closely. You are not missing the life you were meant to live. You are protecting the life you were meant to feel. Other people's highlight reels are not your indictment. They are simply proof that different souls need different fuel. Some run on crowds and applause. Some run on depth and quiet. Neither is superior. They are just different operating systems. If the idea of going out tonight makes your chest tighten And the idea of staying in makes every muscle in your body relax. Trust that feeling. It is your nervous system voting for its own survival. It is your soul choosing alignment over performance. It is not a disorder. It is discernment. You might be highly sensitive. You might have learned early that most connections are transactional, and you prefer the few that are transformational. You might have been hurt enough times to know that peace is worth more than popularity. Or you might simply have discovered, long before the rest of the world did, that joy does not always need witnesses. So keep building your sanctuary. Keep turning your home into the softest place your heart has ever landed. Keep reading late into the night, journaling without deadline, listening to music that makes you feel understood. Keep giving yourself the gift of uninterrupted time, the one luxury most people are too distracted to claim. Because when you learn to be at home in your own company, something extraordinary happens. You stop needing the world to validate your worth. You stop chasing belonging in places that exhaust you. You start carrying home inside you wherever you go. And one day you realize the quiet you were once ashamed of was never emptiness. It was room to grow, room to heal, room to become the version of yourself the noise almost erased. You didn't shut the world out. You finally let yourself in. And in a time when everyone is desperately searching for peace in crowds, trends, and notifications, you found it in the hum of your fridge, in the steam rising from your tea, in the soft glow of a lamp at dusk. You didn't choose a smaller life. You chose a deeper one. And depth, in the end, is the only thing that ever truly fills us.